Welcome back to Cape Critiquers, everybody. Today we continue our road to Fantastic Four with Fantastic Four from 2005, as well as Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007. Jack.
These are the real first step.
Yeah,
True. In a lot of ways.
they were all signed on to do a third one until the second one bombed at the box office.
Oh, I didn't know it did.
I didn't know.
Jessica
guys-
Alba wanted Franklin Richards to be a part of the third one.
Did you guys like the movies?
I did.
Kind of bad.
I'm not going to say they were bad. They were okay. But again, here we are, superheroes, that most of the stuff that happened was caused by them.
Especially in the first one. Yeah.
Most certainly in the first one. That whole bridge scene,
Everyone's clapping, but like they
they
killed
started
multiple people on a
Yeah,
bridge
yeah.
and then almost murdered the fireman.
and almost got arrested. Maybe they should have been.
Yeah. I mean, they saved that guy from killing himself.
Yeah.
But then, like,
And almost killed him in the process.
yeah, most definitely, like, someone in that, like, 25-car pileup is done.
Hmm. Maybe some of the kids on a bus. Again, another bridge scene with kids on a bus in a superhero movie. Maybe they started it.
Yeah.
You know.
Spider-Man had something similar. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Most of them do. There's always a bridge scene with kids in a school bus.
Yeah.
It could be midnight. There's kids in a school bus on a getting terrified
I
and
mean,
screaming.
like, vehicles just always have been a fucking great thing for, like, action sets.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I did like this movie. Like, I'd almost compare it to, like, the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. It definitely has some beats as far as that
But,
goes.
AJ had said earlier something that I 100% agree with, though, is that in spite of the story, I like the character builds and such like that, but the story is what was just terrible in both movies, I think. It's bad stories.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a superhero soap opera a little bit, which
Yeah.
I don't care for much.
Yeah, 100%.
I will say, though, about the bridge scene, it's like a good way to introduce everyone's powers if you don't really know what they are for whatever reason. I thought that was kind of good.
I don't think that they even fully knew their full powers. I mean, did Sue know that she could do what she did
Probably not.
on the bridge?
No, they
Until
just
that
had to make
moment.
her naked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that was, like, weird
Exactly.
2000s.
Yeah.
But
Well-
she gets naked, and then
that was
like 2 seconds later, she's just fully clothed again. She's
Yeah.
like, I can't. And then they just walk past a fucking crowd of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, for
What a-
me,
what a time to have
when it
cell
came
phones.
out, that was like taking my favorite comic book characters, right, from growing up from the comic book, and literally putting them directly into a movie. I mean, I thought the casting was spot on. I loved each individual character. The Thing, not my favorite version of the Thing,
Yeah.
but
Agreed.
but
Pretty
comic
good, though,
book
yeah.
accurate from when they started. I mean, he looked more like Clay than he did, you
Yeah.
know, Rock. And I just had a ball with the movie.
Yeah.
Even I know storyline was kind of campy and a little weird, but that was kind of comic bookish too.
Yeah.
I accepted that. I was just like thrilled to have these people on a big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think power wise, they nailed it. They're still learning. They're still
Yeah.
not trying to figure out what they're capable of. But yeah, that was
I thought one of my favorites, in all honesty, was Chris Evans was spot on with the cocky.
he was
as the
perfect for
cocky
Johnny
guy.
Storm.
I mean, he did
Yeah.
a really good job in this, I thought, for that character.
It was pretty on par with like the roles that he was taking back then too.
Yeah.
Like he was in, I think, Mean Girls. So
I think he was in, you're thinking of, like, Not Another Teen Movie.
yeah, that was
Yes.
Maybe that's what
yeah,
yes.
And he's so young.
yeah.
He's so young in this.
Yeah.
But
Curious
even
that he had a buzz cut.
his banter with the Thing
I
was
thought
right
that
out of the comic
Yeah.
book.
Exactly, and I
You
loved
know,
that. I
Johnny
loved
Storm
that,
used to give a hot foot and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and yeah, very cool.
I thought that in the second one, Johnny's probably my favorite character as well.
Yeah.
He has like a really good arc,
Yeah.
I think, where like he's kind of just learning, like as he's growing up, he just can't fucking act like an asshole forever.
Right.
And then he actually has some like nice moments with Ben,
Yeah.
where
And
despite
even
that,
his sister.
yeah, like even despite they're always gonna have that fuck with each other type of relationship,
Sure.
like they can have
Yeah.
real
At the bar
moments.
scene with them in this too.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice thing.
That's pretty much
you know,
exactly what I'm
not to-
talking about.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good time.
I even loved when the Thing crushed his sports car.
Yeah,
It's like, you want to fuck
yeah,
around?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I think just all the uses of power are very just entertaining
Yes.
in this. And
I'd
not even to
say-
mention the CGI, but, like, it just works very
Yeah.
well.
It works like literally all the way through both movies until the end of the second
Yeah.
one, in my opinion.
What happens in that?
You just get Johnny becoming
Oh,
the
yeah.
Super Skrull, basically. and-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What did you think of? And they anticipated it through the whole 2, the car, when it finally showed up.
I loved
Compared-
it.
Yeah, you loved it?
I did. It
I
looks
was okay
stupid,
with
but
it.
it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that Johnny really likes it too.
Yeah, Johnny, yeah. Oh, my God, finally you built something.
Yeah.
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 Spot on. Reed Richards was spot on. I mean, they could have
Yeah.
used him for the next 20 years as far as
Yeah,
I'm
no,
concerned.
I have to agree with that.
He was great.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd you think of the CGI with him stretching?
It's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
Right?
For
Yeah.
the time. and
Especially for the
everything,
time.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
like for me,
It makes me wonder, like, the problem now is that I guess it just has to be perfect.
yeah.
But,
That
like,
little tease we got of Pedro stretching doesn't look bad, but
Right.
it's so far away almost where
Yeah.
it's like
We'll see.
I got to see it maybe a little
Yeah.
closer up and more action with it.
sort of like smoke and dust all over.
Yeah.
I'm watching this. It's obvious. I mean, Jessica Alba is really just a pretty face.
But
she's
gorgeous.
not such a great actress.
No.
She was terrible in most of these movies. I'm sorry, Jessica.
I
But
don't
I
care,
saw something
you know.
where
I
also
don't care.
the director like told her to not act as emotional at some points, and like he wanted to CGI in like tears on her and
I
stuff.
don't even know. Just let her go. Because I've seen her in other stuff. She's not a terrible actress.
Yeah.
But in these, she was just horrible. You know? Nah. You can overlook certain things.
Sure. As long as you look good in that uniform, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm.
Too.
I love her.
Sure.
I feel like
think
she's kind of
fantastic.
gonna be like the lead of the movie.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they gave her the trailer lines, so.
She's fantastic. I mean, the first time I saw her, I guess she was in the Crown.
Yeah,
And then I guess she reinvented herself because then she was in
Mission Impossible,
Mission Impossible or
the newest.
Hobbs. Oh, it's the newest one now. But then she was in those Hobbs and something movies.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw movies, and she was great in that. I mean, she was really good, and she was straight on kick-ass. So
Just like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
yeah, there you go.
What about the ending of you like how they took out Doom?
Nope,
No,
Why?
because they froze
they,
him.
they froze them, and
I think, yeah, if you're judging it story-wise, like for
Yeah.
today, but that's kind of like
Yeah.
what the comics used to do in the early 60s.
It's true, yeah. It's like either
You
you
know?
freeze somebody, erase their mind, or you
Right.
strap them to.
It's
One
kind
of
of.
the three.
I thought it was kind of cool. You superheated them, and then
you
you
gave them a little
you
science
dropped the
project,
right,
Yeah,
right. You gave him the science project exactly.
What do you
know.
think of Doom in this, or these movies?
I don't know. He's so much more than what they presented him
Yeah.
as.
I feel like that might be the worst defense. Is
Yeah.
that like you can do the weird thing where it's like, oh, he's becoming metal. He has like electricity absorbing powers. Like you
Right.
could do all that stuff and kind of change it however you want.
I
but
honestly don't know what his powers are, because it's
Right.
almost like
We just
fucking
said that.
in this movie, or-
telekinesis at points.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's and I don't think he can do that in the comics. Really,
I mean,
he's like a sorcerer and a
Yeah.
tech genius
he kind of just is like Iron Man, Doctor Strange. from what
times
I
a
know.
million, to be
Yeah.
honest. But
Times him, yeah. I don't know what part of him is him or what part of it is tech doing it.
I saw somebody say online that like they were going for a thing where it was all like elemental
Right,
powers,
right.
like wind, earth,
Yeah, I
you
got
know,
you.
fire,
Yeah,
all that type of shit.
I know what. It's because I was a little confused too with the in the second movie where he, I guess, tested Silver Surfer's power. When he, of course, he shoots him in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it? And then Surfer just kind of like blows him through everything, and then he takes his gauntlet off, and you see like his skin is like missing some some parts.
It
It
was
looks
like
like he was decayed.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there was electrical little stuff in his hand. So, like I was saying, I don't know if it's tech that allows him to absorb energy.
I don't know if
or-
it was because like in the first one, he has like almost like the Green Goblin moment where the guy's like, "We have to tell the CDC that you're turning into metal," and then he like chokes the guy and smashes him into the wall. So I think he just kind of is turning.
Yeah,
into
which I
metal.
don't get,
Yeah.
which is a little weird.
Well, yeah, it was like some sort of organic super metal or whatever they
yeah.
said.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, that was just a little too off base.
I like the stuff around him where it's like he gets shipped to Latveria and just like, oh yeah, they'll fucking let him do this. He'll never be a threat again.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
I was saying though, like aside from that stuff, just he's kind of it's just like if like Elon Musk kind of like went to space with his crew and became like metal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like then like you gotta fucking go back to like South Africa. I'm back. And just fucking I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you though.
He's just like a
technically,
billionaire guy.
He's like Tony Stark and Doctor Strange together.
Yeah. I feel like that's more of like what he is in this movie, is just kind of Tony Stark.
I don't even say like Doctor Strange.
A little
in
bit,
this.
just like with the cosmic power type of shit that he gets.
In the comics, though, was he like a billionaire or a millionaire that came from Latveria from
he's
money?
incredibly wealthy because
Yeah.
he's the leader of a nation.
Right. Yeah, so that's history. He came from old money, and
I don't even think that. I think like it's kind of like Napoleon
from the ground
taking
up,
over France
kinda.
type thing.
Yeah, I don't. He wasn't born into that position. I think he took
Yeah.
Latveria
Yeah.
because he's seen people being oppressed by whoever was leading it at the time. So I think he kind of led or assassinated the old guy.
Okay,
and,
so he
and
comes.
decided to take
so
over.
he's already a killer.
So he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole
Well,
lot about him.
It
That's what,
depends where you are. To the
Him and-
Latvians, he's a hero.
Yeah.
You know.
No, well, that's they say
know.
that.
Him and
about-
Reed are like a little bit two sides of the same coin type of situation. Not as much as like other hero villain combinations, but
And they're all college buddies.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
I know.
initially how they got their relationship. Not like you said, like where he'd had 15 of them in a closet just in case for whatever
Yeah.
he decided to do. I think he's just
I mean, there's like multiple times where like the Doombots, they can appear as Doctor Doom,
Right.
Basically,
right.
What do you think of the like 2000s music at points?
the whole like snowboarding scene.
Yeah.
It was definitely 2000s music.
Is that
Yeah.
Maria Menounos that he goes snowboarding with, and then he's like naked?
Might
I think so.
might
Yeah,
be.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah,
I
she might
forgot
have
about
been-
that. That's right.
She was hot at the time.
That's right. Yeah, and his
Yeah.
clothes all burn off, and he makes the hot tub. That was fun.
Come
You
join
know,
me.
he had some of the best comedy in the
Yeah.
whole thing.
I feel like
And I
it's-
think a lot of it hit.
These movies kind of skewed everybody's like view of who Johnny Storm actually is, because like he's like the hotshot guy, no pun intended, but like it all comes from a place that he is like pretty insecure.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. But he already was like that hotshot guy before he had the powers.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
he's almost like a local celebrity too, which was weird. I don't know.
Because he did the old motocross thing.
They said he was like an underwear model, I think.
and underwear models and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I guess from the whole sports thing that he was doing.
Yeah.
So I thought they played that up actually pretty well, and he played the part. I thought pretty well for what it was.
Yeah.
You know, almost like the Playboy underwear model.
I
making-
agree that he played the part well for
Yeah.
like what they had written. I'm curious to see how they write Joseph Quinn's in comparison. It seems like they're going more, I don't want to say grounded, but like like a softer approach to it.
One thing we haven't spoken about yet is their lab and house and everything. I thought they did a fantastic job, especially in 2, when it was the whole rebuilt one.
Yeah.
I thought that was
That's
fantastic.
the Baxter building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Baxter building. I
Reed
thought it was great.
Richards
Yeah.
has like 9,000 eviction notices.
Yeah.
but-
I was going to
Exactly.
say, yeah,
That was-
that's
yeah.
the Fantastic Four without the funding.
Yeah.
It's kind of like him begging for money.
Did you like Stan Lee as
Yeah, that
Willie?
Was,
Oh,
that
yeah,
was-
sure.
Yeah, of course. That was great. I always look forward to those in those movies, though. So and they say they still do it in all the movies. There's always something with him connected to it. So maybe we got to look.
Was that Willie Lumpkin, I think?
Yeah.
It's a comic character, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Is that in the first one?
Yeah.
The second one, I think
yeah.
he's
Well, yeah, he
Kinda
tries
just
to go to the
Stan Lee.
wedding,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they don't believe that he's family. I don't even remember him in
Stanley.
the first one.
Why do they have a Japanese wedding at the end of the second?
Because they're in
Because
Japan.
they're in Japan.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Also, it just is like funny how fucking fast they're going, because like it barely even looks that fast, but like they just travel from fucking Russia to
Yeah.
China without it looking like that at all.
Yeah. What'd you think of the special effects for the Human Torch?
I thought they were pretty
they're
good.
fine.
Yeah.
They were okay, right?
Yeah.
They were passable. I mean, like you said, you're looking back
Yeah.
20 years. Or,
Yeah, it would be kind of looking back with like rose tinted glasses to say like the new one looks better because
Right.
kind of like of course it does.
yeah, it should.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Even like I feel like the boys had like something similar, and like I feel like I kind of prefer how this one looked. So just for like a superhero thing, but
they reference that he can get so hot that he can like destroy the atmosphere, which is true.
Yeah.
Like he can do that.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
a
funny
supernova.
that
Yeah,
he's
supernova.
burning that hot and they like just extinguish him easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Like
I
he
think if you go
burn
supernova, you're
through
not
that,
putting them
yeah.
out that fast, though. So there was one scene that happened when the Thing gets changed back in the machine. And then he finds out that he actually needs his power to help everybody else. And goes in the machine himself and figures it out and how to reverse it and
Yeah,
turn himself
nice.
back into the Thing.
That's just crappy writing.
I just thought that was a cheap way out.
Yeah, I mean, he's not like dumb.
Oh, I know he's not. I mean, he
Yeah.
has some sort of a scientific
Yeah.
mind, though maybe not
No, I mean, yeah.
traditionally retort. But,
You're also
you know,
comparing him against the smartest mind in
in the world. Yeah.
fucking Marvel
I
Universe.
feel like I didn't really like it because, like, you could almost just think that, like, a Reed would somehow turn that into, like, a super small device that, like, puts the thing power onto, like, a fly or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. And, like, he can turn into it at any
Yeah.
time. type
Second one didn't do it for me.
Yeah, no. It is kind of fun, but yeah, it's the worst of the two stories for sure.
Yeah, the Silver Surfer was the movie for me. You know, because they made me lose interest in my favorite comic book characters.
Yeah.
They did.
Michael Chiklis, like out of the whole cast, was the only one that had ever read the comics.
Really?
Oh,
And he was
really?
like actually a big fan of
Wow.
the comics, and he's a huge reason to why the thing is practical,
Yeah.
because he thought it would look bad as CGI.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, he did a good job, I thought, as the thing on both sides of it.
yeah,
And just that he was just a neighborhood guy also going
Yeah.
out to have a few beers. And the first scene in the first movie, him going in and smashing the glass and getting frustrated and everything, I thought that was pretty
Great.
funny, too.
Yeah.
you
It was
know?
great. Yeah, and I could see him. I mean, coming just right from
Yeah.
the comic book to,
Yeah.
I could see him as Ben Grimm the human.
Yeah.
That personality and just the way he looked.
Yeah.
And Ben Grimm the thing, which is good. Like I said, good casting for me anyway.
Yeah.
I was
And he
extremely
was so
happy
popular
that
then.
that this movie came out and looked the way it did.
I had read a few like alternate casting choices I want to pull up just because I think they're kind of funny. I don't remember them off the top of my head. Aside from Jude Law was one of the choices to be Doctor Doom.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
He probably would have done an okay job.
I really liked the Silver Surfer. Like, when he lost his powers, he turned into, like, this corroded metal.
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah, and he kept
cool design choice.
I like
to
that
be like
too.
oxidizing as time went on.
Right.
I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He was actually really good at that. I mean, keeping that, whoever played him, I don't even know who that was.
Yeah.
The voice is Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, because now I'm remembering, like, he has, like, a quote where it's, like, Silver Surfer is, like, today's Macbeth type thing. So,
Yeah, Surfer was cool.
Yeah, I thought they did a good
And
job.
they got, like I said, when I seen him fly through the building, it was like, yeah, this fucking guy's no joke. You know, he's not just somebody that's fast and as comic as it sounds. He's got a surfboard. Literally, is a guy with a surfboard flying around. But no,
yeah. Compared to, like, Shazam 2, it's definitely a lot better.
Yeah.
Just the going through buildings, shit.
But I have to agree with you that Galactus as the Cloud,
Yeah, no, it's dumb.
I didn't like
that was the worst.
It almost
I
looked like
couldn't
one of the
believe it.
sandworms from Dune.
It was just fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it looked like a sandworm from Dune.
That was
I didn't
just-
like it at all.
Yeah, I couldn't find what I was talking about, but one that I just remembered was, and it's kind of funny because they have like a cut scene with it, is that Hugh Jackman was in the running for Reed Richards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I don't think would have worked.
No, I don't think that.
Especially,
would've worked
you know, having in hindsight seen
Right.
him as Wolverine.
Right.
He just is Wolverine.
either. There's no
The
doubt.
one scene I was actually disappointed was that chase scene where the Torch was chasing
Through the
Surfer.
city.
I love that. I thought it was very cool up until you get to the point where you realize the Surfer could have stopped at any time.
Yeah.
Heat really don't mean shit to him
No, it
because he
doesn't.
could fly through suns. And then when he did, he took him up in the atmosphere
Yeah.
until he turned back human. I didn't really like how aggressive the Surfer was, like how nonchalant he just kind of let him go and like tossed him off, like all right, he's gonna fall to his death and who gives a shit.
Yeah.
That was just like over the edge for me.
Yeah. Also, the whole thing where the Surfer like sacrificed himself, I thought was weird because
Yeah.
he could have just done that at any point in time
At any point in time, right?
for like any other planet.
Yep.
I think my favorite, like, scene in the first one is just that whole action scene at the end when they're beating Doom. Cool use of powers.
That, and a
Yes.
good teamwork.
Yeah, and I didn't really feel like there was a moment in the second one like that.
Yeah, no. I think they kind of tried to do it at the end of the second one. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Why do you second movie you're presenting to the public and you start with this switching powers shit? Give us the people we want to
Yeah,
see.
that's always such like a weird fucking thing to do. It kind of like works in the Marvels. It's such like a 50-50 thing in my head because it's so
Right.
gimmicky. It's like
Right.
either
the
you're gonna-
situation.
it lands or it doesn't.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Also, like, they play it as, like, such a bad power for Storm to have,
Yeah.
Johnny Storm, but, like, I feel like it's not that bad. Like, you can work your way around it, and, like, it could be helpful at points.
But it did make Jessica Alba naked in public again.
which I have no problem.
Yeah, they had to fucking check that box.
They did it.
I don't even know what my least favorite is, honestly.
For me, it's the final battle of the second one. I just thought it was big, dumb CGI shit.
I mean, I found enjoyment in it, I guess.
I'm happy you did.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like everything that I didn't find enjoyment in, like I just forgot.
I'd also say like just like the soap opera moments of the first one where it's like two things actually I want to mention here is like so many fucking times they do the thing where it's like you're running around with your hair on fire. Oh, you're stretching yourself too thin. Is that why you're invisible? You feel invisible? Like they do the shit like that fucking constantly. It's like we know they got powers, guys. Thank you. It's just, yeah.
I feel like my least favorite part like that is probably when like the whole dilemma about is the Fantastic Four gonna end because the two members are gonna quit?
Yeah, no, I hate that trope when they do that. And all these.
Fuck you, Joan. I'm quitting. All right, go on, Vin Paul.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first movie totally because, like I said, I was super fan going in to watch it, and they gave me pretty much everything I wanted. My least favorite scene has to be like the end. That switching power shit just don't do nothing for me.
No,
and like I said, I think the thing in the second movie was on screen for like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah. He does have some of the best scenes in the second one, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But yeah, he's only there for a handful of
Yeah.
pebbles worth of moments.
And I think the only time he said clobbering time was when they were at the bachelor party, you know?
Yeah. And it's like this weird thing that fucking Storm put on him to
Yeah.
do the toy.
You feel like you
It's a
can't.
prototype.
You can't mention Johnny Storm as just Storm.
Yeah, I know. I just keep fucking forgetting. I feel like I've always just had that problem with like naming them.
Who are they? I'm a fucking Storm.
Yeah.
And also, there is a Storm.
J Storm.
Jeez.
No, an X-Men
Yeah,
story.
that's like
Yeah.
the new fucking 2020 reboot. Or
J Storm.
2005 reboot version of him.
Yeah. Favorite scene?
Oh, the bridge scene was cool.
The bridge scene was cool, but my problem is that they created it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was still cool. I think
It was.
I like the fact that
I like the whole like run of after they get back from like they wake up in the hospital basically, and they're all fine. I thought that was funny. And he's just like, well, they did everything they could. And it's just Michael Chiklis.
yeah.
It's also funny, like they never show a transformation scene.
Yeah.
No.
Like, it is like, how would this even happen to him? Type thing.
It was pretty cool though when they showed even his internal organs and they're all rock.
Yeah.
As well. I thought that was.
How the fuck is this guy alive?
I don't know how that
Because I think
works.
in the comics, it's not like that. Like
no,
his internal
underneath
organs.
he's like type of material. I don't know what that
No,
means.
he's
Goopy
still
flesh.
he
Like they
he's-
could like. Isn't there a point where like his rocks start like coming off?
he can bleed. Yeah, but he's always evolving. Like
It's
his
true,
his
yeah.
exterior is always changing. But interior wise, I mean, he can bleed, but his organs are still basically not as hard or solid,
Yeah.
obviously. But his organs are still that organic, whatever the hell it is.
Isn't there a point also in the comics where there's like the things on the team?
There's a she thing.
There was
yeah,
a she
the
thing.
Is it
Yeah.
his wife?
It's some Miss Marvel.
Right.
type
Yeah. That got changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like She-Hulk's on the team for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they mix and match. I think Spider-Man was on the team for
Yeah.
a while.
I hope She-Hulk ends up being on the team at some point in the MCU.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Or at least like a cameo in the movie or something.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe it's like a post-credit scene where she's like boxing with the thing or something.
I wish she would show up in Daredevil season 2 for a while.
Yeah. That would be
Matt's-
fine too.
Just come to
Ran
visit
through all
for a little
that.
booty call
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Cheryl?
He's
Ratings?
He's blind, but he can see all the hot ones. Foggy says that a lot.
I'll put like a 5.5 to like a 6 on both of them, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm probably like a 4.5, 5, and then like a 3 to a 4.
I went from a 7 for the first one because, like I said, I was ready for it to a 5 for the second one.
Yeah, that was at a 6 and a 5.
Yeah.
So, but still, if they came on again, I'd probably sit down and at least watch a scene
Yeah.
or two.
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, there are scenes
Yeah.
that
It's like kind of
enjoy.
shocking that they've yet to fucking perfect the Fantastic Four on film. I don't know why.
That's
I
the-
mean,
it
they
was the
did
hardest
actually. It's
thing.
just The Incredibles, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many freaking movies did they have, and
Yeah.
then how many storylines did
I mean,
they just
two of them-
repeat and repeat and repeat?
They made 2 of them just so that they could keep the rights.
Yeah.
The one in the 90s that never saw the light of day, and then the 2015 one was another one where it's like, oh, the rights are running out.
And I sat down, I watched that beginning to end in one.
We should
fell
make the
swoop,
thing naked because he's a rock.
And it was terrible. It
Yeah.
was just terrible.
I with the last
Like an
one,
ending scene of that movie.
the CGI for the thing was okay. Like he
Yeah,
kinda
I don't like the way
okay.
he looks design-wise, but the
Right.
CGI is not bad.
Right. And then I said to myself, but I don't know. He was like size. You have to get the thing right.
Yeah.
He's not Hulk sized. He's
Yeah.
not small, Wonder Man sized, whatever. He's in between. He's probably wider than most people. So the new one coming out just kind of looks like they got him right.
He also looks like a Jack Kirby drawing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that works for me.
They got the brow,
Yeah.
which is the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he missed in this one was that brow, I thought. You know, it was like a little rounded on the head.
No, but when he
You know?
first started, I mean, like, this is their origin.
Yeah.
He looked more like a clay guy than
Yeah.
he did the actual pieces of rock, you know, and he didn't have the brow.
I hope he smokes cigars in the new one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I know the overcoat with the
The
hat.
overcoat and the hat makes it
the
too.
moment from
Yeah.
the second from Fantastic, the ending, it's fantastic. Say that again. Just keep playing in my
fucking
mind.
had a moment like that yesterday. Someone was like, "Yeah, it's really fantastic," and then I turned around and say that again. It's fucking funny.
But yeah, Ben Grimm with that overcoat and the hat.
Yeah, detective.
Just get him walking down Yancey Street, and we're all right.
People have said they want Miles Teller to come back as the evil Reed Richard the Maker.
I mean, I like Miles Teller, but he wasn't really good.
There's nothing good about that movie.
No, it's terrible.
Just fingers crossed they get this movie right.
Well, so the nice thing that it's not another origin story.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
happy
this is
about
after
that.
the origin.
I'm happy about that.
I mean, I'm sure we'll see like some
Maybe
of it.
like flashbacks.
Well,
or
I mean, they said it's
TV
set
type stuff.
Yeah,
4
which
years
works for me.
Yeah.
after their origin.
Yeah, but it looks like Jack says, you see like on the TV stuff going
Yeah.
back, and I think that's fine, but not the full origin story again. I'm not into it.
Wonder
I'm
if
happy.
it'd be worth one of us reading maybe the tie-in comic because it's canon and they fight Mole Man. So
That's going to be weird because technically this new one is kind of retro futuristic.
they're a different universe.
Yeah, right.
than-
It's a totally different.
Yeah, it's not the 616 universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our review of the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four movies. And next time on Cape Critiquers, we're all so excited and so happy to review Fan-Four-tastic from 2015. It's fantastic. Say that again. Yay. See you next one. Say that again.